Hey guys, Motorcarnut here, and today we're talking head gasket sealers again. You can see my other videos where I explain why these don't work, or they don't work the way you think they're going to work, or you probably never had a head gasket problem before, and you put this stuff in. But anyway, if you watch my video, you're going to see that this car, all right, this is a 2012 Soul, has nothing to do with that it's a Kia, so don't. I could do this on a Hyundai or a Toyota, doesn't really matter. All right, so don't start bad-mouthing Hyundai. Okay, it's an owner neglect problem. Anyway, the head gasket on this car is blown. I made a video on steps and showed you how to diagnose your own head gasket failure. So I didn't touch this car yet. This is not a customer's car. I bought this car because I would never put this stuff in, but I'm going to have an open mind. I'm going to show you guys if it works, it's going to work. If it's not going to work, it's not going to work. I'm going to try to keep an open mind, but, it's like, it's kind of hard, like telling a surgeon, listen, I have this cream. I want to put it on a specific part. It's going to make it bigger. And the surgeon's going to go, whatever you want to do, fine, we'll try it. Well, that's basically the same thing here. All right. Number one thing is if you look, all right, this is a head gasket sealer, right? If you look at the fine print over here, right, it says not suitable for leaks in hoses. Okay, I get that. Then it also says coolant to oil or oil to coolant leaks. So what that tells you, that's a blown head gasket. Okay, when you get the oil that's mixing with the coolant and it has that chocolate milkshake, it's already telling you it's not made for that. But basically it's telling you it's not made for head gasket failure, because that's what a head gasket failure is. Okay, it mixes with the coolant or it pressurizes the system. All right, let me explain it again. I'm going to come over here and explain it again. Okay, and for people that want to learn are going to learn. For people that are going to, after I tell you this, you're still going to say it works, don't even comment. Okay. All right, you have oil passages, okay, and it can mix with the coolant, right? It's saying it's not made for that. You just saw it from the product itself. It's not made for that. But yet it'll be made for if there was a coolant leak from the combustion chamber, okay, to the coolant system. That all of a sudden it's good to seal, right? Right then and there, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, because the reason why the coolant system's getting pumped up by the cylinder pressure is because the cylinder head warpage. Okay, the same exact problem when you're mixing oil with coolant. It's cylinder head warpage that's making the oil jump into the coolant versus the compression jumping into the coolant or whatever. Okay, so right then it's telling you it doesn't work for head gaskets. Now, my guess is they say it's not compatible with the oil. It's probably because their product is not compatible with oil and coolant. All right, so therefore it shouldn't be a head gasket sealer because 80% of the times you're going to have oil mixing with water. So that product is lying right about. They just want you to buy it. Money back guarantee. They know you're not going to do the guarantee, so they just made $35 off of you. All right, and my guess, a lot of times when people use this product, they open up the coolant system, right? And it can very well have been that coolant cap or radiator cap that they opened up wasn't sealing properly. They put this stuff in there. Now they put the cap back on. Now the cap seals a little bit better. Now you don't have no problem, and they think it was this miracle product. And how do you know? If you think you have a head gasket problem, how do you know if it's not mixing with the oil? What are you supposed to be, an engineer all of a sudden? Now you're supposed to know what type of head gasket problem you have before using this? Most people don't even know what a head gasket is when they're using this product. So everything sounds kind of weird and fishy to me. But yet it's a head gasket repair. Fine. Okay, we're going to use it. Like I said, I would never use this on a customer's car. This is my car. I bought it from a customer that didn't want to fix it. Actually, I bought it from somebody else that bought it from whatever. And I know I'm going to have to take the head gasket off, but we're going to do it now. Okay? This is going to be in real time. All right? Hey, what is it? It's 1:45, basically. All right, so let's just get a... Let me see where the key is. This car is ice cold. See? Ice cold with it's ice cold. All right. You watch my other video, you'll see that how it pumped up the coolant system. All right. I mean, this works. If this works, I'll be the first to say, wow, it works. Okay, but being in this business as long as I am, you know, this is basically snake oil. This is basically for used car dealers that they put it in the cars to dummy them up to sell them to people. Okay. Let me find the key. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. Here's the key. Now, I'll put it in the... Start it. Come on. All right. It's running. Okay. Hard as a rock already. Listen to this. All right. Take that off. It's pumping up the system. See how it's pumping it up? Now it should fix this. It should fix it like brand new. Right? Okay. So I just put this again, put it in, and it's already building up pressure. It's already building up pressure. Listen. You heard that? All right. So now, what it says, let me shut it off before it gets too hot. And look, here. All right. Now this is a straight and easy video. No gimmickry. You watch all my comments, how I help people all over the world that thanking me constantly. Okay, I have no reason to lie. Why would I lie? You know? Okay. So now, what it does say, if you have pressure, you know, to drain some of the coolant out first, right? Which there's coolant, but there's no coolant over here. I can put that in there. Or take off one of the hoses here and pour it in here. Right? Because the reason why is they don't want it pumping up and going into the overflow tank, the chemical, and doing nothing. They want it trying, you know, to circulate through the engine, obviously. And also, what they're saying is, if you have, here's another tech tip, an extra tip. It says, disable the spark plug and or injector for the offending cylinder to reduce pressure in the coolant system. Okay, so that's really telling them that they don't know what the hell they're talking about, because if I disconnect the, let's say it's the number 2 cylinder pressurizing, right? I disconnect the spark plug or the fuel injection, it's still pumping, okay? It's still a mechanical pump. It's still a mechanical pump that's pumping up the system, regardless if there's a spark or if there is fuel, okay? So right there, that doesn't make sense. You understand? You read what I just said, right? You understood what I just said. They want you to disconnect the spark plug, right, or the fuel injector so that cylinder doesn't fire, right? Plus, it's going to run even worse. But that's besides the point. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to do that. Okay, I started it up again, all right? Look at the clock on the wall. We're only like about 5 or 6 minutes into this, all right? Now, I know when it was saying that it's not recommended for oil mixing with water, water mixing with oil. Basically, that's most head gaskets. This engine is not mixed with oil. All right, it's dirty. It's dirty, it's black, but that's not mixing with oil. Okay? So, according to them, this is going to work. Now, take off one of the plugs. Hold on 1 second. Now I grab it. And that's contributing. This one, that's contributing. It's usually these two in the front. They're all contributing, so it's not pressure, it's not what they want. Okay? Best thing to do is just to leave them unconnected if it was making a big difference. See it popping out of there? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut it off. And we can put this up. You see, there's no coolant in here, so I don't have to take off this hose because as soon as I pour it in, it's going to go in the hose. They want it to circulate. They don't want it to pump out and go into the overflow tank, like I said. So I'm going to shut it off, and we're going to put the stuff in. So now, what we do is we shake the bottle well and add to the radiator or top hose, okay? They start the engine, run it up to normal operating temperature, and allow K-Seal Ultimate to circulate fully through and around. Okay, so basically, it's saying within 3 to 5 minutes, but may take longer. All right, we're gonna give it like 10 minutes. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. And when you put it in, you have to put the radiator cap in to seal it, because the pressure is what seals the leak, supposedly. So you can't just pour it in here and let it open to atmosphere. This has to be sealed. It has to be under pressure. All right, we shake it up. Good, 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 good. Give it a nice, 10, 15 seconds. Want to give it the benefit of the doubt. Here's the clock on the wall. It's just about 2. All right. Okay, completely empty. And this product, everybody was telling me that they were trying this one. That's why I got it. It's like the #1 in the country. So that's why I got this one. Okay, the bottle is empty. Bottle's empty. All right. So now, put the cap back on. Okay, we're gonna fire it up. And we're gonna let it run until 2:05. So let's go back in the car. Rev it a little bit. Because I got it on a lift. That's why I can't go. All right. Let's see. Look at this, it's shut off already. Oh boy. See what I mean? All right. So we're gonna have to, let me get it started again. Okay, I put a device to hold the gas pedal up a little bit. Look at this engine. The spark plugs all in. Look at how that thing is running. And I was saying before that this product, you don't have to drain it, put fresh coolant. It's pour and go, just like it says right here. More sealing power, money back guaranteed. Shake, pour and go. All right, Ultimate. Yeah, here we go. Looks like it's running worse than it was. This thing is rock hard. All right, and there's nothing coming in here. Coolant. But not that stuff. That stuff hopefully will be circulating through the engine. All right. Now, all right. Let's It's like almost 5 minutes now. I'll give it time. How can it be up to operating temperature in 5 minutes? It's another falsehood. Okay. Shake bottle and add. Okay. Start engine. Okay. Run up to normal operating temperature. Okay. And you can leave this stuff in if you want, or after it fixes the head gasket problem, you can drain it and put new coolant in. So we're gonna see. Maybe I'll raise it a little bit more. The RPM, I mean. Because it wasn't idling on its own. So we'll see what's going to happen. And there's another thing. People go, oh, not when it's a blown bad head gasket. 99% of the people that own these cars that's going to put that Mickey Mouse stuff in there don't know about what's bad or what's good. They just put it in and swear that it works. Okay? So, we'll let this one here. It's about 6 minutes now. Let it keep running. Let it get really hot. Let's see if the fans come on. And it's got to get hot. And when it pumps up the system, the product is really not going to be able to circulate. But that's what they say. But that's what they want you to do. So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to let a little bit of air out. Help it out a little bit. There you go. You see how it raised up? Because it was pumping in the cylinders. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to try my best. Now, let me read, because the idle could be raised a little bit. I'll release a little more pressure. You see when I release the pressure, how it runs smoother? But the pressure is what's supposed to make that chemical, wherever the leak is, close it up and crystallize. And you can't start taking spark plugs out, because now it's a 4-cylinder engine, all right? If you get a leak in between 2 cylinders and you take 2 spark plugs out, it's not going to run, okay? So what I'm trying to do is relieve the pressure and give that stuff a chance to circulate. And this is not even, I'm helping it. They didn't tell you to do that. I'm doing it to help it out. Now it's hot. This side's hot, but this side's not. Let me lower the RPM a little bit because they said they wanted to idle. Okay. I'll release a little more pressure. I would love for it to work. Then, if I think it's fixed, take it on the highway. I'll make another video, see how it goes. Make my job a lot easier. Okay, now what are we doing now? Here. Where are we at? It's 10 after. What should I do? Let it go now? Let it get really hot. Let's keep it on about 20 minutes. I'll let out the pressure. It's already rock hard, but it's getting hot. So it's circulating. The coolant hose is over here. The heater cores, they're a little warm. The smoke got less, but the smoke got less even when it was blowing, when the coolant was in the exhaust. It blows it all out, and then when you add more water, it makes it, smoke more. But let's see. I'm gonna let it run a good half hour. Even though it's missing bad. Let me release a little more pressure. It's very hot. Okay. So, again, let's read the instructions together. All right. It said may require more time. Once heat, cool cycle. Okay. See what it says, there's no need to drain or flush system prior to adding this product. Okay. The smoke seems to stop. But that could be two reasons. There could probably be hardly any coolant left in the system. Now there's pressure in here. And the overflow. You see the overflow? You see the bubbles? You see the smoke? See the bubbles? And do it again. Well, this is hot. All right, it needs that pressure, like I said. It needs to seal up the leak. All right, it's running about 15 minutes already. Give it time. I'm going to give it time. Let's see what the coolant gauge looks like. Coolant gauge is getting hot, but that's expected because of a blown head gasket. So let's see the coolant gauge. It shouldn't. It's almost 3/4. It's supposed to be in the middle, but let it work. That's why I didn't want to idle it too high. It's running about what is that, 1100 RPMs? Because if I lower it a little more, it may stall. But let me try. What is it? It's about 1,000 now. But I still feel it missing. So let's see if it gets any hotter than that. If it gets hotter than that, it looks like it's already climbing. I'll let out a little more steam. And the whole point of it is when the cylinders are getting pressurized, the cooling system is getting pressurized. All right, it's very hard for things to circulate. Okay, so, but they think that it's gonna circulate anyhow. I mean, it's still shaking, still misfiring. Alright, but this pipe's getting hot. You see the coolant. These are not really that hot. There's a lot of pressure in there. So don't you ever do what I'm doing, releasing this. see some in there circulating. Doesn't seem to be bubbling as much, but that's because I just released the pressure. But let's see. But it's still shaking like crazy. There's a misfire. I mean, look, you can see it. You can see the engine there. I'll show you. I mean, you can see it in the. You can see it. Yeah. So it's shaking. Coolant in the back. I mean the white smoke in the back. Again, when I didn't put nothing in, it would blow out a lot and then clear up. And then there was no water. I added more water, it would pump and circulate and blow right out. So I didn't add more water. So just because it's not smoking doesn't mean anything. This was doing the same thing without the that product in the case seal in the coolant system. The main thing is it's still misfiring. It's misfiring because something is entering, coolant is entering the combustion chamber. It's supposed to be sealing it up. That's what everybody says. They swear by it. Okay. What are we over here? You know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's not like that. Why everybody's out doing what they got to do. I'm in these cars. I'm fixing these cars day and night, 24/7, constantly thinking about, you know, automotive. I love this stuff, you know, and I'm constantly, you know, finding cheaper ways to fix things, help people out. And this will be a great product if it worked. Okay? Somebody may have a problem. They may have, the engine was overheating because it had a cracked hose. They fixed the cracked hose and then they put this sealant in there and think it was the sealant that did that. Meantime, it was the cracked hose. You see? How long should I keep it in? I'm releasing, it needs pressure to seal. But I'm relieving the pressure so it can circulate. So I'm doing two things at once. And you saw when I disconnected the ignition coils, it didn't drop. Each one dropped a little bit like they're supposed to. It wasn't one that was dead doing nothing, meaning that's a dead cylinder. That's what they're talking about. They were all working. They were all contributing. All right, so now what are we supposed to do? All right, let me I have to go check the coolant gauge. I mean, I probably don't really care much because I have a feeling I have to do the head gasket anyway. It's staying, where is it? It's kind of staying. It's staying a little too high, but it's staying. It's not creeping up more. All right. Maybe I can give it a little gas. It's still misfiring. I mean, the smoke. You hear it? It's misfiring. Now, according to the bottle and the instructions, it's supposed to seal it already. Now what do? I'll let it run a little bit more. It can't hurt it to run more. Where are we at? Almost a half an hour, 25 minutes. But look at this. Look at that. Okay? What's that is, the pressure is building up so much, the cap has a certain amount of pressure before it releases pressure and goes into the overflow. All right? And that's what it's doing. It's building up too much pressure. So now, what I could try to do is shut the car off, release the pressure, and start it back up. Even though it doesn't tell you to do that, I'm trying to help it work. I'm trying to make it work, this product. Okay, we'll shut it off. And like I said, I don't usually do videos like this, keep them going. But this one, I wanted to do it to show you, that I'm not doing cutting things out. Why I would, who knows? Some people just, they don't like bad news. I don't either. Let me release a little pressure. It's got coolant in there. It was a lot of pressure, so I'm giving it the benefit. And now, see, nice and soft. Oh, there's only a little bit in there. So now, close it. I could open it a little more. Okay, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add some coolant in there. Let me stop this for a second. Okay, I added a little bit more water and coolant. So now, let's just put this back on. Start it up again. Here's the time. All right, let's see how she goes. It doesn't even want to start. Let me stop this because I have to use the brake. The pedal, the gas pedal, and the turning it, cranking it over at the same time. All right, now it don't even start. All right, so you can draw your own conclusions. All right, I'm trying to start it. And even with that, I'm gonna put this on the brake. On the accelerator. Crank it a little bit. All right, and try to start it. All right, that's enough. If I can't convince you guys, do what you want. Doesn't want to start. All right, probably rock hard again. Hear that? Maybe it'll start with the cap off. It's not starting because the head gasket's blown and you just spent $30 on nothing. All right. Come on, buddy, start up. There we go. There we go. That's too hard. Okay, a little lower. Okay. Don't have anything coming out the back. I got everything coming out of here. Look at this. Okay. So here we are. All right. And what we did was waste our time. But hopefully, you know, you guys can take this as you want. I just try to help you out, man, as best I can. You hear it? It's not burning too much out the back anymore because it's pumping up the cooling system. It's like a rock hard again. So I'm gonna shut this off. I knew I had to do a head gasket anyway, so. All right, guys. Like I said, you hear it? It's doing all kinds of things. Rock hard. Look at. Listen to this. All right. Anyway, I did like it said, just like anybody else would, and it just doesn't work. Take it as you want. Motorcarnut, please subscribe, hit the like button. Any questions pertaining to the video, leave them below. I answer all my questions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.